Philly, buckle up, because something just went down that has this entire city buzzing like Broad Street after a last-second win. A moment inside that latest showdown has the whole fanbase fired up, questioning what's happening behind closed doors and demanding answers right now. And let me tell you, the fallout could hit this team harder than anyone expected, raising huge concerns about how the Birds handle pressure when every inch matters. There's tension, there's noise, and there's a situation brewing that could shift the tone of this season fast. So smash that like button, hit subscribe, and stay locked in, because you're about to hear the truth nobody else is willing to break right here in this deep breakdown. I have to start today with the name every Eagles fan keeps arguing about, the name the league office apparently has circled in red ink, Reed Blankenship. And let me tell you right now, the moment I saw that fine scroll across my feed, $10,250 for that so-called hip-drop tackle on Kyle Monangai, I felt my blood pressure rise. Because while the NFL wants to dress it up in player safety language and statistical analysis, we all know exactly how this goes. They find one player, they make an example out of him, and suddenly the entire narrative is that Reed Blankenship is some kind of reckless menace, even though the play wasn't even flagged in real time. I watched that snap start to finish, and all I saw was a safety trying to stop a running back who refused to go down on first contact. Nothing more, nothing less. But of course, the league dove into its database and pulled out a definition of the hip-drop tackle, the rotation, the unweighting, the drop onto the legs, and used it like a courtroom exhibit against Blankenship. Now don't get me wrong, I understand health and safety. Nobody wants to see players getting injured. But when you tell me this technique is 20 times more dangerous than others, then you turn around and fine a guy for a play that didn't even appear malicious. I start wondering if the league is policing intent or just outcomes they don't like. And the fact that Monangai finished the game and only later popped up with ankle soreness makes the punishment feel even more arbitrary. The NFL wants consistency, but it still reacts like a mood swing. As I sat there thinking about this, what bothered me most wasn't the fine Blankenship has seen worse and will adjust. It was the implication. The suggestion that Reed Blankenship is somehow undisciplined or out here ignoring fundamentals. This is the same guy who started 15 games last year on a Super Bowl run, the same safety who picked off a red zone pass in the NFC Championship when every inch of field mattered. You don't luck your way into moments like that. You earn them with preparation, instinct, and a willingness to put your body on the line, which is exactly why this whole situation feels like such a contradiction. The league wants warriors, then punishes them for playing like warriors. And let's not pretend Reed's 2025 season has been simple. I've watched him fight through that nagging thigh issue, and I've watched him still show up nearly every down, mentoring Andrew Mukuba, trying to hold together a secondary that has had its share of miscommunications and coverage busts. Has he been perfect? Absolutely not. Those 3 touchdowns allowed stand out, and that 115.6 passer rating against him is flat-out unacceptable by his standards. But that's exactly the point. Reed Blankenship is accountable. He knows he hasn't played to his 2024 level, and he's not the type to hide from criticism, league office, or otherwise. What makes this whole conversation even more explosive is what's coming next, his free agency. I keep asking myself whether Howie Roseman is going to step up with a deal or let Reed test the market, and the truth is this thing could break either way. Fangio trusts him, the locker room respects him, and reliability at safety is one of the rarest commodities in the NFL. At the same time, if another team flashes a multi-year contract in that $7 to $9 million range, that could put the Eagles in a position they don't want to be in. It's a crossroads, a real one, and this fine, whether fair or not, only adds another layer to a decision already loaded with consequences. So here's where I land. This moment isn't just about $10,000. It's about identity. It's about who Reed Blankenship is as a player, who the Eagles want to be as a defense, and what kind of toughness the league is willing to tolerate in a sport built on controlled violence. And I need to know what you're thinking. Should the Eagles re-sign Blankenship even if his market gets expensive, or is it time to move on and rebuild the back end of this defense? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit that subscribe button, slam that like, and join me as we keep this Eagles conversation alive every single week.